During this tutorial, you will consume your first dataset using Compute to Data on our minimal viable Gaia-X powered by Ocean protocol. We prepared a demo dataset and algorithm for you to get started and ensured the algorithm is allowed to run on the data. As you already know, Ocean protocol is using token-based access control. Hence, you first need to buy the corresponding data tokens, one token for the dataset and one for the algorithm. Please click Buy Compute Job now. The Gaia-X portal will ask you to sign a transaction, swapping Ocean test tokens for one data token. Swapping the token is equivalent to a token transfer in both directions, managed by an exchange smart contract. Once swapped, your data tokens will be immediately used to consume the dataset. But how does consumption work? The Gaia-X portal calls a function of the data token smart contract called Start Order on your behalf. It transfers the data token to the data publisher, but not the entire token. 0.1% goes to the market provider, and 0.1% goes to an ecosystem fund to support the sustainable operation of the network. Note that the payment in the form of data tokens directly goes to the publisher, market provider, and ecosystem fund without the need for an intermediary or third party. After the transactions are confirmed, one for the algorithm and one for the dataset, the Gaia-X portal calls the access controller, Ocean provider, on your behalf. As already mentioned, anyone is encouraged to run an Ocean provider him or herself for maximum control. The corresponding access controller to a specific data service is listed in its DDO. It is always the access controller where the asset was published. This is the only controller that holds the key to decrypt the dataset's URL. The access controller checks if a transaction of 0.098 data token from your address to the data publisher's address has been confirmed on the Gaia-X distributed ledger. Then it checks if the transaction timestamp is in the allowed consumption interval. This is true here. Behind the scenes, the access controller, Ocean provider, fetches the encrypted URL of the algorithm from the asset's self-descriptions stored in the Gaia-X catalog. It decrypts the URLs and fetches the algorithm for the URL. If we had chosen the access type download, the access controller would relay the data to the Gaia-X portal for you to download. This would happen without exposing its URL, which never leaves the access controller in clear text. But we chose Compute Access, and consequently, the access controller relays the algorithm to our Compute to Data environment. Inside a Compute to Data environment, there are two essential components: the operator service and the operator engine. The operator service manages the Compute to Data workflow, communicates with the access controller, and manages the computation. The operator engine represents the system where the computation takes place. It is in charge of orchestrating the compute environment using Kubernetes. Each compute job runs in an isolated Kubernetes pod. The operator service instructs the operator engine to initiate a computation. After running a configuration pod, the algorithm is executed in a compute pod. Once completed, the publish pod takes care of the publication of computation results, which consist of the output and execution logs. Upon completion, these results are published to any S3 format storage and are accessible to you in the Gaia-X portal now. You can download the results on the history page. Congratulations! You did run your first Compute to Data job on our minimal viable Gaia-X powered by Ocean protocol. This gives the first impression of a European data economy powered by Ocean protocol: decentralized, data sovereign, and transparent. A data economy where data owners keep full control over their data. A data economy where data isn't moved out of your premises, making it easier to comply with data protection regulations such as GDPR. We encourage you to set up your Ocean environment during this hackathon. Everything is open source. We prepared everything for you already: Compute to Data, Ocean provider, a metadata cache. You could even deploy your own portal and list the first datasets published by the Gaia-X community right now. or write an algorithm, or publish some data which is hiding in one of your data silos. Finally, you can own your own data while being able to monetize it.